Photoshop has some fantastic tools to make your workflow much easier. And one of the latest ones is called Generative Fill. But has this AI tool gone too far? Greetings all, and welcome to this is a topic that I really want to discuss, and I really want other people's feedback on this one as well, purely because AI is taking over our everyday lives, and it's even taking over our hobbies and our professions. And it's a really worrying time, purely because we're all going to be redundant. So the latest tool in Photoshop, in one of their beta releases, which I follow quite a lot because it sort of shows you things that are coming up in latest versions and stuff like this, is Generative Fill. Basically what this does is, if you've got a scene or something that you've taken, you can actually add things into it. So for example, if I was to go out and take a photograph of my garden and think, right, well, what can I put in it? I can put anything from an elephant, a giraffe, I can even put a cat in there. I could even take a picture of a fence and put a squirrel on it. But is this photography? Well, for me, no. Because you're not going out and creating the scene. You're digitally altering the scene. And for me as a photographer, I see potential in this tool, but I just see it as just taking over everything that we want to do. Is this generative AI, is this a good photography tool? Well, for me personally, I don't think it is, because you're not creating anything. It's digitally being created. So for me, it's a fantastic tool in Photoshop, and believe me, it really is, and it has some amazing uses. I'm going to draw the conclusion right from the start of this video, and that is, it's digital art. So looking at it from a digital art perspective, it is fantastic because you can create some real amazing stuff. But I want to talk about how this could be used to cheat in photography. So let's go on to a photograph that was created by AI that was entered into a world-renowned photograph competition. The photographer was Boris Algerson, and he created this image and entered it into this competition, and it actually won. He actually did the right thing and refused the reward, but it actually brought to light a really worrying fact, is that AI can create a photograph and win. And the problem that this brings is that if judges can't tell the difference between an actual photograph and AI, the industry is in trouble. Big trouble. Let's jump into Photoshop, we'll have a little bit of a play, and you can see what it can do. Okay, so we're going to jump into how to get these beta releases, just in case it's something that you actually want to do. And if you go into your Creative Cloud desktop app, if we just get to the home page, you'll come to your home page. You've got all the shortcuts of things that you're going to use. Top left hand corner, you click on apps, scroll all the way down, and you've got this part here which says beta apps. These are all the beta apps that you can try, buy, and so on. And there's the Photoshop beta app, and you just click install. Obviously I can't click install because it's already on there, but it will say install and you install. Now you know how to install the beta versions. We'll open up this page, click open, and it will actually come up with, it will show you that it's obviously the beta version. I've actually got some images here that we're going to play around with, and I'm going to open up this one purely because I said at the start of the video, obviously, of generating a squirrel and stuff like this, an elephant, a giraffe. So I'm going to play around with those. This is the image that I've taken. Basically just a fence in the back garden, and nothing major or special or anything like that, just to, you know, just show how the tool works. So for Generative Fill, you're going to use we'll use the lasso tool, and the beauty of this is you don't have to be perfect, you know. So let's just create a bit of a circle here. That's where I want the squirrel to be, and Generative Fill, and I'm just going to type squirrel into the box and hit generate. So the AI bit's going to do what it wants now. It can take a bit of time. I may cut this out, may not. Actually, I'm probably going to leave it because it sort of gives you a bit of a good idea of how long it actually takes. And it's basically put a squirrel there. So on this right hand side, over here, you've actually got different ones that you can use. That one, for some reason, looks a bit weird, but never mind. Let's go with that one because it does look quite good when it's actually grabbing hold of the post. But that's just to show you how. I mean, if you look, I mean, it's even got all of the background of the trees in between. Oh, it's fur. You know, I mean, how it's, yeah. I wonder if you'll probably find a red squirrel. Let's type in red squirrel and generate. Let's see if we can find a red squirrel. But it's really worrying of how. There you go. It's even put a red squirrel in there. What have we got? So we got that one. We got one. Oh, it's added a post bit on the top of the post. Don't all look at that one, to be honest with you. Oh, that one looks pretty good. There's made a bit of a mistake there on its. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the one that we had, which is this one. But if you look at it, you're going to notice that the background it's blended it all in to the tree in the back. So let's just remove it a minute. I mean, you can see alterations where it's made. If you keep an eye on this patch here, you can actually see where it's made alterations. And Photoshop itself obviously uses quite a lot of masks and stuff like this. So if you go down, obviously right hand side, you'll see the mask that it created when it actually put that image in. It's fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. What else could we say we could put on there? Let's put a. What now? Let's put an eagle. Let's put an. Oh, yeah, eagle generate. Oh my flipping god. And the thing with the generative AI as well is if I like that image, if I click generate again, it will generate an image based on the image that you've already got. So let's hit generate again and see what it can come up with. And I just say it's really powerful because you can keep generating images until you actually find the one that you want, and then it fine tunes it. It's brilliant. So there we go. We've got some more based on that first one. Quite like that one. Back to us. Yeah, I actually quite like that one. Right, so now what we're going to do is let's close. Well, let me close that one down. Oh, I think Photoshop's crashed. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Well, I'll say it is only beta, so I can't really moan too much. Let's oh. Yeah, that has now locked up my whole system. Oh dear. I think we need to reboot. Oh, so there we go. I've booted back up, and I actually want to get a little bit serious because, I mean, even though I showed roughly how it works, it's just playing around. Wasn't really doing anything serious or anything with it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something a little bit serious. It's basically it is using the same method. So I'm not doing anything different. It's just a bit more time and care has actually gone into the process. So I actually went and took a photograph from the cat Tilly. Here she is, beautiful old girl. And I thought, right, let me change. I want to change the background of this image totally. So I just want the cat, totally different background. So using the same method, just basically highlighted Tilly the same way that I did, inverted the mask, and then got generative AI to literally just change the background. The only word I typed in was grass. Nothing else, just trying to keep it as plain and simple as possible, and it actually came up with this. I'm shocked at the capabilities of this software. It is, if you take your time and care, you can really alter a photograph, and it's hardly noticeable. It's really hardly noticeable. So for somebody to, as I spoke about previously, that could create an actual whole image that wins a competition using an AI generated content, it is scary future. So yeah, let me know your views on this one. Whether you agree with AI generated stuff, disagree, let me know. Because, I mean, let's be fair, there are some uses within the AI stuff. I've covered AI denoise, which Lightroom's actually got in it now. For removing noise from your photographs, all AI done. Very useful, very handy. It's not doing anything that you wouldn't do differently, because normally you're doing this by manual sliders, so it's not doing anything bad. But for this, I don't know whether this is ideal or not. From a photography point of view, from a digital art, yeah, I think it's a fantastic tool. It's going to save creators a lot of time. But then also as well, it's going to stop people from learning how to use Photoshop properly. So this stuff can be done manually yourself. I'm not really that good at it, but I can do bits. This thing is, yeah, it's just going to take the whole learning process totally out the window, and people can just generate content and without actually having to learn how to use Photoshop. But yeah, let me know what you think of that one. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Until the next time, take care, stay safe. I'll see you soon.